Stupid man always says these things. Stupidity is not a lack of intelligence. It is the refusal to grow. It is the habit of repeating the same mistakes while expecting different results. It is choosing ego over learning. And often, you can recognize it not through actions first, but through words. One common phrase is, "That's just how I am." This sounds harmless, but it hides resistance. Growth requires adjustment. When someone hides behind personality instead of improving behavior, they freeze their own development. Strong individuals evolve. Weak ones defend their flaws. Another phrase is, "It's not my fault." Blaming others feels comfortable. It protects the ego, but it destroys progress. When a person constantly shifts responsibility outward, to the economy, to friends, to family, to luck, they give away the power. Accountability may hurt, but it builds control. You will also hear, "I already know." This is one of the most dangerous sentences. The moment someone believes they know everything, they stop listening. Growth requires humility. Even experts remain students. Closed minds cannot expand. Another pattern is, "I'll start tomorrow." Procrastination is not about laziness alone. It is fear disguised as delay. Tomorrow becomes next week. Next week becomes next year. Life does not pause for indecision. Action delayed repeatedly becomes opportunity lost. Then there is, "What will people think?" Living through imagined judgment shrinks potential. When decisions are controlled by fear of opinion, authenticity disappears. The person becomes a performance instead of a presence. These phrases reveal a deeper issue: avoidance. Avoiding responsibility. Avoiding discomfort. Avoiding growth. Words are signals. They reveal internal habits. A foolish mindset also complains constantly. It points out problems without offering solutions. It criticizes without contributing. Complaint may feel intelligent, but solutions create value. Another habit is comparing without effort. Saying, "They're lucky. Kai," instead of studying what those people did differently. Luck becomes an excuse to avoid discipline. Some people also say, "I work hard, so I deserve success." But effort without direction is not enough. Reflection and adaptation matter. Blind repetition is not strength. Stupidity also shows in stubborn pride. Refusing advice. Ignoring feedback. Repeating avoidable mistakes. Pride blocks correction. There's also the victim mentality. Believing the world is against you. Believing success is reserved for others. This belief becomes self-fulfilling. Now here's the important shift. Everyone has said some of these things at some point. The difference between growth and stagnation is awareness. The moment you catch yourself saying them, you gain the chance to change. Intelligence is not about degrees or vocabulary. It is about adjustment. It is about learning faster than you fail. It is about choosing responsibility over excuses. Smart individuals replace, "It's not my fault," with, "What can I control?" They replace, "I already know," with, "What can I learn?" They replace, "tomorrow," with, "Start small now." They replace, "What will people think?" with, "Does this align with my values?" The transformation is subtle but powerful. Your words shape your identity. What you repeat becomes belief. What you believe becomes behavior. Behavior becomes outcome. So listen to yourself carefully. Are your sentences building you or limiting you? If this message made you reflect honestly, if you recognized patterns you want to eliminate, then this channel is for you. Here, We don't attack others. We sharpen ourselves. Another thing a foolish man often says is, "I'm just being real." But being real is sometimes just an excuse for being negative, careless, or disrespectful. Honesty without wisdom is not strength. Maturity understands timing, tone, and responsibility. Saying whatever comes to your mind is not authenticity. It's lack of control. You will also hear, "Why should I change? People should accept me." Growth does not mean losing yourself. It means refining yourself. The world does not adjust to your weaknesses. It responds to your value. Expecting unconditional acceptance without self-improvement leads to stagnation. Another common statement is, "It's too hard." Everything meaningful is hard at first. Skills are hard. Discipline is hard. Patience is hard. But staying average is also hard, just in a different way. The difference is one pain leads to growth, and the other leads to regret. A foolish mindset often says, "I don't care." But many times, that's not confidence, it's defense. Pretending not to care protects the ego from failure. True strength cares deeply but is not destroyed by outcomes. Then there is, people are just jealous. Sometimes that is true, but often, it is used to ignore feedback. Not every critique is envy. Some are opportunities for correction. Dismissing everything as jealousy blocks growth. A foolish man also talks more than he listens. He interrupts. He dominates conversations. He feels the need to prove himself constantly. But intelligence is often quiet. It observes first. It gathers information. It speaks with purpose. Another habit is exaggeration, inflating achievements, overpromising, creating an image instead of building substance. But reality always exposes exaggeration. Substance outlasts performance. You will notice complaints about successful people. They cheated, they had connections, they were lucky. Maybe sometimes that's true, but focusing on that does not improve your situation. Intelligent people study patterns. Foolish ones study excuses. A foolish man also resists discipline. He calls structure boring. He mocks routine. Yet he envies the results of those who stay consistent. Discipline looks restrictive at first, but it creates freedom later. Another pattern is constant distraction. Always entertained. Always scrolling. Always consuming. Never building. A distracted mind struggles to produce meaningful progress. And here is something uncomfortable. Foolishness often hides behind confidence. Loud opinions, strong reactions, firm stances without deep understanding. But true intelligence remains curious. It asks questions before forming conclusions. The difference between foolishness and wisdom is not IQ, it is adaptability. When corrected, do you adjust or defend? When you fail, do you learn or blame? Everyone has foolish tendencies. The key is catching them early. Growth begins when self-awareness replaces ego. Instead of saying, "I already know," say, "Teach me more." Instead of saying, "It's too hard," say, "How can I simplify this?" Instead of saying, "It's not my fault," say, "What could I have done better?" That shift alone separates stagnation from evolution. Your language reveals your mindset. Your mindset shapes your life. If this message challenged you in a way that feels necessary, not offensive, but awakening, then this channel is built for you. Subscribe for more grounded, direct lessons on mindset, discipline, money, self-awareness, and real personal growth. Here, we don't stay foolish. We sharpen our thinking and upgrade our lives. A foolish man often says, "I don't need help." Pride makes him believe asking questions is weakness. But isolation slows growth. Every skilled person once learned from someone. Refusing guidance is not strength. It's insecurity protecting itself. He also says, "I'll figure it out somehow." That sounds confident, but without a plan, it's just hope. Hope without strategy creates repeated disappointment. Intelligent people combine belief with structure. Another phrase is, "This is enough." Contentment is healthy. Complacency is not when someone settles not out of peace but out of fear of challenge. They cap their potential. Growth requires discomfort. You'll hear, "Money isn't everything." True, but often it's said by someone avoiding financial responsibility. Money may not buy happiness, but lack of it creates stress. Dismissing it entirely can hide poor planning. A foolish man says, "I don't have time." But he has time to scroll, time to gossip, time to complain. Time is rarely the problem. Priorities are. Intelligent people audit their habits before blaming the clock. He may also say, "That's impossible." Without research, without effort, without testing. Dismissing possibility early protects comfort. Exploration requires courage. Another pattern is, "They owe me." Entitlement poisons progress. The world does not owe effort rewards without contribution. Respect is earned. Opportunity is pursued. A foolish mindset often says, "I'm unlucky." Repeatedly, luck becomes a shield against accountability. While luck exists, preparation increases opportunity. Intelligent people increase their odds. He might say, "It's not that serious." When confronted with consequences, downplaying mistakes prevents correction. Owning mistakes accelerates maturity. Another phrase is, "I'll change when things get better." But things get better when you change first. Waiting for improved circumstances delays responsibility. A foolish man also mocks ambition. He calls others too serious or doing too much. Sometimes this is projection. Seeing others improve reminds him of what he is avoiding. He may say, "Nobody supports me." Support helps, but self-drive matters more. Many successful people began alone. Lack of applause is not lack of potential. Another subtle statement is, "I deserve better." Maybe you do, but deserving and earning are different. Intelligent people focus on becoming better, not just wanting better. A foolish man avoids reflection. He distracts himself after failure instead of analyzing it. Reflection feels uncomfortable, but it builds insight. He also confuses movement with progress. Busy all day, productive nowhere. Without direction, effort scatters. Another line you'll hear is, "That's just luck." Again and again, it reduces others' hard work to randomness. This mindset prevents learning from their strategy. And here is something critical. Foolishness often rejects long-term thinking. It chooses immediate pleasure over future stability. Short-term comfort creates long-term regret. Wisdom chooses differently. It listens before speaking. It learns before judging. It acts before complaining. It reflects before repeating mistakes. The goal is not to insult anyone. The goal is awareness. Every person has said foolish things at some point. The difference is whether you continue saying them. Language reveals direction. Change your words, and you begin to change your identity. If this message is forcing you to examine your own patterns, not others, but yourself, then this channel is built for you. Subscribe for more sharp, honest lessons on mindset, discipline, money, growth, and self-mastery. Here, we don't repeat foolish habits. We upgrade our thinking, and our results follow. Stupid man always says these things, and here is why. When someone constantly says, "It's not my fault," it is stupid because it removes power. The moment you blame everything outside yourself, you surrender control. Growth only begins when you ask, "What could I have done better?" Without ownership, improvement is impossible. A person who avoids responsibility repeats the same mistakes because they never correct the root cause. When someone says, "I already know," it is stupid because it closes the door to learning. Knowledge evolves. Skills improve. Information updates. The person who believes they know everything stops adapting. In a changing world, refusal to learn leads to irrelevance. When someone keeps saying, "I'll start tomorrow," it is stupid because tomorrow is an illusion used to escape discomfort. Action delayed repeatedly becomes opportunity destroyed. Small action today always beats perfect intention next week. Procrastination protects feelings but damages results. When someone says, "What will people think?" it is stupid because it hands control of their life to strangers. Most people are too focused on themselves to analyze you deeply. Living through imagined judgment shrinks potential and kills authenticity. When someone says, "That's just how I am," it is stupid because it defends weakness instead of correcting it. Growth requires adjustment. Personality is not a prison. Habits can change. Skills can improve. Refusing to evolve guarantees stagnation. When someone constantly says, "I don't have time," it is stupid because time is usually a priority issue, not a scarcity issue. Everyone has the same 24 hours. The difference is allocation. Blaming time hides poor discipline. When someone says, "It's too hard," it is stupid because difficulty is the price of progress. Everything valuable feels hard before it becomes normal. Avoiding difficulty guarantees average results. When someone says, "They're just lucky," it is stupid because it reduces effort to chance. While luck exists, preparation multiplies opportunity. Dismissing success as luck prevents learning from the strategy behind it. When someone says, "People are just jealous," it is stupid because it can block constructive feedback. Not every criticism is envy. Some criticism is correction. Ignoring all feedback keeps blind spots intact. When someone says, "I don't care," it is often stupid because it masks insecurity. Pretending not to care protects ego but prevents emotional growth. Real strength cares without collapsing. When someone says, "Nobody supports me," It is stupid because waiting for support before acting creates dependency. Support is helpful, but self-drive is essential. Many breakthroughs happen in silence. When someone says, "I deserve better," without becoming better, it is stupid because deserving and earning are different. Results respond to value, not desire. When someone says, "That's impossible," without trying, it is stupid because it assumes limits without testing them. Exploration creates discovery. Assumption creates stagnation. When someone constantly complains without offering solutions, it is stupid because complaining consumes energy without producing improvement. Solutions move life forward. Complaints keep it stuck. When someone avoids reflection after failure, it is stupid because mistakes contain lessons. Ignoring lessons guarantees repetition. None of these phrases are stupid because the person lacks intelligence. They are stupid because they block growth. They protect comfort instead of building capability. Wisdom replaces them with better questions. What can I control? What can I learn? What small step can I take now? How can I improve this? Language shapes identity. Identity shapes behavior. Behavior shapes outcomes. If this message challenged you in a productive way, not attacking others, but examining yourself, then this channel is for you. Subscribe for more sharp, honest lessons on mindset, discipline, money, growth, and self-mastery. Here, we don't repeat stupid patterns. We upgrade our thinking, and our lives change with it.